It's been brought to my attention that some mistakes were made a couple of episodes ago when I was looking for somewhere to live in St Albans. I've had to move. I never actually got to move into my flat because if we have a little look at the fine print, which some of you did, and it was pointed out to me by my accountant, the £95,000 is actually only for a 25% share of the property. I also have to pay £600 a month rent, which would bankrupt me. So going back to the drawing board, we also had the land available. Let's go and live in the caravan on the land. Except the land is already sold. Someone else already bought the land. And all of which means the only property left in St Albans is a garage. I'm back in a garage. Hello and welcome to part 3 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 Conference South games for you. We're at home against Dartford and away against East Thurrock. It's cold out here in this garage. I really wish I could. If someone can lend me £600 a month to pay the rent on the flat, then it's not all over, but I do need the £600 a month every month, which is a bit of a tall order when I'm not being paid enough. But since you were last with me, form has been excellent. We did lose a game, but we were away against Woking, and Woking are a good team. I don't know where they are in the league now, but certainly their pre-season prediction, they're 4th in the league now. Their pre-season prediction was to be there or thereabouts. So Woking are doing very well. I don't mind going away to them and losing, and we haven't lost since. We're on a 5-game unbeaten run. We have ground out some results in there. We've only won 2 of those 5 games. We've only scored 5 goals, but we're not a typical Kev team. We're not all about attacking and all that nonsense. We went to Billericay and started the game with our park the bus system and actually managed to grind out a 1-1 result. So come the end of August, 7 games in, we're 9th in the league, 12 points on the board. The board are looking for a mid-table finish. We're very much upper mid-table at the moment. The media prediction was an 18th place finish, so just narrowly escaping from relegation battle. And we're massively overperforming against that. If we end up finishing this season 9th, I think that would be a massive achievement for this first season. So just more of the same, please, lads. And this is the team that we're going to be putting out there to try and do exactly that. McDonough has become my goalkeeper. Snedker was in goal in the last episode, but I said when we signed McDonough that he might actually end up becoming the guy, and he has played the last 4 games for us. Look, I even did a tactical change. That's where I switched to Park the Bus. No sweeper keepers on Park the Bus. But he's played the last 4 games, and he's going to be my first choice keeper. Unless he does something stupid, I think. So McDonough's in goal. A back 4 of Wyatt, Bender, Mills and Percy. That's pretty much my set back 4 now. Once Ben Hurd is fit, he'll come in at right back. But Wyatt is good. I don't really want Wyatt to be my backup left back because he's a very good defender. We've got 2 very good left backs and a very good right back in the shape of Hurd. So it does mean playing Bender slightly out of position at centre back, but he is still natural there as well. He would be slightly better at left back, but you know what? We'll play him at centre back alongside Mills. And once we've got Hurd in there as well, we have a very solid Conference South back 4. Further forward, it does get a little bit messier. Noble is struggling with fitness. He's 36 years old. As you can see, we are having to give him fairly regular rests, although he has played the last 4 games in a row. But look at how his performances are decreasing as his general fitness and conditioning decreases. He was shattered in the Billericay game, but did manage to make it through to the 69th minute. But we've got Noble partnering Camjo in there today. I don't know who my first choice central midfield pairing is really. I'm trying lots of combinations. We've got Didier, we've got Sambu, we've got a couple of others knocking around on the on the reserves list as well. Have we? Or are they the ones? I thought we had more. Sambu, Diediu, Camjo, Noble. They might just be the 4 actually. I'm sure there was a 5th one, but my brain isn't working. Wilkin and Nanetti are playing more often than not as our wide players. We've given opportunities to Russo, to Da Costa, but they've not really taken them, as you can see by those ratings. So I think these are my wide midfield players, and they're being retrained to be wide midfielders rather than wingers at the moment. Up front, we have Moyo, who has been a revelation. scoring goals for fun. 5 goals from 7 games. He has been brilliant. Sam Merson, who got 20 goals last season, has been very slow to get off the mark with his goals, but 3 assists, and he is involved in every attack. He's very much playing as that link-up striker. We've got him as a pressing forward on defend. He's not there to score goals. He is there to be the link between the midfield and the attack, which he's doing very, very well. Plus, he just makes a nuisance of himself constantly and does play a lovely little through ball and does a lovely little flick on. It seems that Dartford have decided to come here and play last year's exploit tactic. Hopefully it doesn't still count as an exploit this year. I'm still not comfortable saying to them that I expect to win, because I'm not really expecting wins in these games. We keep coming up against teams who in theory should be better than us. Dartford are a place above us in the league. We are at home, but we're also playing quite a defensive system. We're back to our direct counter-attacking system today. And Dartford are probably a better team than we are. We're overperforming to get to where we are. Dartford, though, coming in with their 3 strikers away from home, are clearly very confident. Although, if they got a player sent off here 10 minutes on the clock, this is an opportunity for us. If they're losing a player this early, I don't even really know what he did, and they've taken off Charlie Sheringham to celebrate. So they've lost their second generation Premier League player. Or does he have to play in the Premier League himself to be a second generation Premier League player? He probably does. Second generation footballer. That is a terrible corner, but it falls to Wyatt eventually. We're massively zoomed out again. Every time I load the game up, we end up massively zoomed out. But I zoom in and it doesn't hold it. Moyo with a big miss there, straight at the goalkeeper. But it's out to Nanetti, who tries to tuck it back across to Moyo again, and it's a very poor cross. We've not exactly looked lively since they went down to 10 men, but I don't think we necessarily need to worry. We've got the whole game to just let them tire themselves out and hopefully hit them with a set piece. Set pieces. Oh, they've hit us with a set piece. Offside? Offside. It is offside. Good. Let's have a look at it on the replay. Well offside, both of them. Good work, linesman. But that's kind of what we want to do to them. Just soak up any pressure that they throw our way, and then hopefully hit them with a set piece at some point, or a big ball forward that Merson can nod on to Moyo. They've been our 2 sources of goals this season: set pieces and Sam Merson flick-ons or through balls for Moyo to run onto. We don't really score in many other circumstances. But here's Nanetti, big ball forward towards Moyo. He's got space to run into, and Merson is supporting in the middle. He's held the ball up well there, and it's through to Merson. What a cross that was! But Merson straight at the keeper. That was a big chance. We've now had 2 clear-cut chances in this game, and really Sam Merson should be putting that one away. That was a massive chance, and Moyo did brilliantly to firstly hold the ball up well on that left wing, and then play an absolutely stunning cross. That was a Football League quality cross. Right, let's passionately say I think we can win this now. They're down to 10 men. We've had the better of the chances. We just need to convert one of them. And I can't believe Merson with the big miss there. He won't get a better opportunity to score a goal this season. That was mad. And now Dartford hovering around on the edge of our area. I don't like them here, and McDonough does well to collect. That is a truly terrible goalkeeping kit, by the way. Is that a red shirt and blue shorts? I mean, it's just awful. It's a big kick up towards Moyo, but it doesn't make it all the way there. And now they're just sort of kicking it up for Bender to nod down. Noble's just going to hover on that all day long. He doesn't need to run. He wants people to run for him. But Moyo is through, and that's another big chance. 3 clear-cut chances now for us, and we've not converted any of them. We need to be, when we get opportunities like this, we need to be a lot more clinical in front of goal, and we just haven't been today. We've got Banton on the bench, and I wonder if it might be time to bring him on for one of the 2 guys we've got up front who are just being very, very wasteful today. Cameo across to Noble, back to Bender again, who's a centre-back, because we were going to play him as a left-back. He's still set on throws, so he's really far forward, and now we've not got him back. He's legging it back, but Mills is there to cover, and Noble back out to Wilkin again, who plays it back to Cameo, plays it forward towards it was fairly aimless, towards no one in particular, and now they come at us on the counter-attack again, but Bender is in with the tackle, and Moyo's through, and Moyo should have scored. 4 clear-cut chances now. How many more are we going to get? What do we say? Do we tell him to concentrate? I'm going to demand more, because we've got to finish off some of these opportunities. And finally, no, it's disallowed. Merson scored, but it is disallowed for pushing another player. So We're getting a little bit closer. It's one of our typical routes to goal. It was Noble with the corner, and I think it must have been Nanetti because Merson was nowhere near anybody. Nanetti was in a crowd of players, so I guess he was pushing another player and has got our goal disallowed. So we're going to take him off as punishment. Ben Hurd's fit enough to come on, so we're going to play Hurd at left back, push Wyatt forward on that left wing, and then we're going to take off Merson and bring on Banton, who is a natural pressing forward, and he does get around a bit when we bring him on. I'm eager for an opportunity to get Banton into the team. Even on the right wing, we've tried him there a couple of times because he does seem useful. But it's Bender with another throw in across to Noble, and Hurd across with a brilliant tackle. That's our first sighting of Hurd this season, and it was brilliant. And it's Banton, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. For a team playing counter-attacking, we've looked very good today everywhere other than at the finish line. We've not been able to convert our chances. We probably need to take Noble off in midfield, just because he's old and broken. So we probably should have taken him off a little bit sooner than that, making him play 80 minutes, bless him. But there's a big ball over the top, and they're going to punish us here, aren't they? And they do. And despite us completely dominating the game, we've just been very, very wasteful. Oh, that stings. It really, really stings, because it's such a basic goal to concede. And it always felt a little bit like it was coming. We were so wasteful. They've had their one opportunity and they've scored it. Yes, we're going to do our tactical changes, but now we're going to do another tactical change. And we're just going to say, look, you know what? 10 minutes left. Doing it the fancy way hasn't worked. Let's just lump it forward now. We've got to get a goal. We at least equalise. Come on, show some passion. We need a goal. I can't believe we're going to lose this game. I feel like this is a completely unfair punishment for us. Oh my word. Welcome to non-league, everybody. What a last touch that was. And we've lost a game we absolutely didn't deserve to lose. I don't want to say I can't fault any of you. I can fault the two strikers. So yeah, I'm not happy. I think we've got to win that game. We were against 10 men. We had all the chances under the sun and we've lost the match. We can't do that too often, or this is going to be a messy, messy season. Couple of changes for the East Thurrock game then. East Thurrock, that's difficult for me to say when I have my problem with my THs. I wanted to bring Ben Hurd back in, but he played for the reserves midweek and is now shattered again. So Percy stays in at right back, leaving the defence unchanged. Sambu comes into the centre of midfield, just because I still don't know who my best central midfield combination is. So I'm going to try this one again. Da Costa's come in on the left wing as well, because I'm going to blame Nanetti for the fact that the Sam Merson goal was disallowed in the last game. So he gets punished for it and isn't even on the bench, because we don't have room for wingers on this bench, because we've got all of our other attacking players. Plus we can push Wyatt forward if we need to. The strikers are unchanged, but Banton is very much breathing down their necks at this point. It's unchanged because of how well Moyo had played up until that last game. But yeah, we want to win this one. East Thurrock are down in the relegation zone. I think they're completely bottom, actually. They are bottom of the league on 2 points. We should be winning this game. Sam Merson needs to be looking over his shoulder a little bit as well, because Banton is a natural pressing forward, which Merson isn't really. But I want to get Merson in the team somehow, and my plans probably would have been Banton and Merson, but Moyo's been scoring so many goals that I've not really had the opportunity to try that out at any point. But if we draw a blank again today, then I think we very much go Banton and Merson for a game or two and see how that works. Maybe we could do Banton and Moyo, but Sam Merson got 20 goals last year. I need to figure out how to get 20 goals out of him. And there you go. There's the first one of today. It's a lovely little finish. You know, lovely little pink kits. I didn't expect us to have to wear the pink kit at any point, because I didn't realise there'd be any other teams wearing yellow. I thought with a yellow kit, we're pretty much never going to see the away kit, but this is actually quite a snazzy shirt. I like it very much. And that's a lovely finish from Merson. I mean, why couldn't he do that in the last game? It wasn't even much of a chance. He had better chances than that in the last game. But I guess being assertive with him pre-match has told him that, perhaps he can hear me, Danny Mills has just scored for Welling. I wonder if he's wearing his helmet. I mean, he'd be a player to bring in. Danny, if you're watching, hold on. Just keep an eye on Danny Mills. If you didn't watch Non-League to Legend last year, you won't know why it's so important that we keep an eye on Danny Mills. But he was a hero for us last year and did wear a crash helmet because of all the concussions he used to get. But Moyo is in, and it's straight at the keeper. Moyo misses a lot of big chances. Yes, he's scoring a lot of goals, but Goodness me, does he miss some? He's been missing some sitters. Noble now with the corner, and it falls to Wyatt. Hopefully back to Noble it is, but back to Wyatt again, who has a cross himself. It was awful. Finds Merson, and then Merson can't find a pink shirt. He must have made the mistake I've already made 2 or 3 times in this game and thought we were playing in yellow, because it's confusing, isn't it? We're used to playing in yellow all the time. Now all of a sudden we're cheering on the pinks. We need to keep a little bit of an eye on Merson because he's on a yellow card. Noble, we're just monitoring for fitness as usual. He's had a full week since the last game, so he's had lots of rest. We only train 2 days a week, but I don't know. Do we just get Noble to not train at all? Tom Bender's lost possession more than any other player on his team. Well, it's because he's our no-nonsense centre-back. He's allowed to lose possession. I am happy with the performance so far, but let's not mess up. Let's keep being assertive with ourselves. And there you go. Mills just lumps it forward. Have it. No nonsense. That's what we want at this level. Just our defenders get in there and defend. Noble with a slide tackle from behind when he's on a yellow card that he somehow gets away with, and Merson's in again. And that it was an easier chance than the one he scored earlier in the game. Could and probably should have put us 2-0 up then. But we just need to keep putting them under pressure. We do look like a better team than East Thurrock. Da Costa now, is he going to do enough to warrant another start in the next game? All the way across to Wilkin. Miller nods it down to Moyo. Who is Miller? Miller's their player. It was Noble nodding it down. I was going to say, who on earth's Miller? We don't have a player called Miller, but Moyo has now scored as well. His 6th goal of the season. Not the kind of assist you would expect from David Noble. If we have a little look at this, I do not expect David Noble to be A, getting anywhere near the penalty area, or B, being up there nodding the ball down for a striker. I expect him to be hovering around just outside the centre circle and just spraying big long passes everywhere. But that was lovely from Noble. In fact, we might take David Noble off now. 25 minutes to go. The old man's done his bit for today. Let's get Diedu on. I need to learn to say his name properly. And just for a bit of youth and a bit of energy in our midfield. We don't want to break the old fella. I really hope David Noble, if you're watching, which I really hope you do watch at some point, I apologise, but it's, you're like 3 months older than me, so on that basis, for me to at my age to have a player in my team who's older than me, it's a luxury I rarely get these days, and I'm going to enjoy it. Da Costa is looking tired. We could potentially bring Banton on for him and then switch our wingers over and do that. Just because I have been toying with the idea of playing Banton on the right-hand side of midfield because he's very quick. So we'll see what he looks like on the right-hand side of midfield in a game where, in theory, we shouldn't mess up from here, even if I keep messing around with the system. I don't think we need to bring Hurd on today when he's still recovering from injury. So we'll just swap up our midfield again and do that and hopefully just see out the game. Should we drop down to our park the bus? I feel like we should. Let's park the bus for the last 10 minutes. Is there a tighten up? There is a tighten up. Let's just tighten up. We don't want to be giving away a goal in the last 5 minutes or so. We'll just rub our hands with glee that we've managed to grab 3 points. I mean, I would have settled for 3 points at the start of the episode. Oh, look, they're all frustrated by me telling them to tighten up. Oh, I'm sorry. See? Perhaps you should have tightened up, you morons. If you concede another one now, I'm sacking everyone who was frustrated by me saying tighten up, because clearly I had a point. I've asked you to park the bus, and all you've done is conceded a goal, you bunch of idiots. If you do it again, that's at least 4 of you who are going to get fired. I feel like Lord Sugar. Luckily, I don't have to fire anybody, and we can say, actually, that was a good win. Well done, lads. And they're all happy now. The short memories, bless them. It's like managing a team of goldfish. There we go. No, still 9th in the league. Still happy. Awesome stuff. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.